Okay, so I know it's been a little while since I put another video, but here we go. Last time, um, I made a video about initial switch configuration, and this is just going to build on that. This is going to be like a better way to configure your switch when you first get it. So I just turned on my switch, a different one, and I'm just going to be running through some initial setup. It's going to be a bit more secure than the first one. We're gonna enable SSH, um, and some passwords for elevating privileges and such. Alright, no initial dialog or whatever that is. Let's get to some initial setup. No IP domain lookup. And I put that command because more than likely I'm going to mistype something and then I'm going to have to wait for the switch to try to resolve it to a domain, and I don't want that. Alright, and let's put a host name on this, and we'll just call it lab switch 2. Alright, configure my line console 0. Alright, and so pretty much that's just setting up the console line for allowing access to the console port. Let's go to switch virtual interface. So line TI 15. Do logging synchronous because I don't want logging messages interrupting what I'm typing. login local, because I'm going to create 2 users that I want to switch to. Pretty much look for authorized users on a local database for logging into the switch through SSH. So login local. Let's create a domain. And I'm just going to call it netlab.local. Create, let's make username, and we'll just say user, and give them a secret of user SSH pass. Alright. And let's see, I'll make mine and give it the privilege 15. And I want my password to be netlab admin pass. Oops. Secret netlab admin pass. Alright. So pretty much that right there. Creating the difference between creating the username of Dylan and the user of user is and the privilege that is assigned to each of them. I'll show it later in the video, where if I use this user profile to SSH into the switch, I'll have a lower privilege, whereas when I log into the switch via SSH on this user profile, I'll have the highest privileges already at login. So let's press on. Enable secret. And now, so whenever I log in as user with the user profile, with the lower privileges, when I try to issue the enable command, I'll be prompted for the password to get into the enable mode. Let's see. Take a look at this running config real quick. You can see that enable secret is encrypted, the user password is encrypted, and I guess my administrator password is encrypted, because I used secret instead of password. If I had just used password, it would not be encrypted. And let's see, you can see that on the console line. Here, password is in clear text, but we can fix that with the service password encryption command. Let's take a look again. And now our password is encrypted for the console line. Let's get some RSA keys for SSH purposes. 24. Alright, you can see SSH has been enabled, but first we need to connect a host to a physical switch port and put that switch port in either VLAN 1 or create a new VLAN, which I'm going to create a new VLAN and not use VLAN 1, and then assign that physical switch port to that VLAN, and we have to give that VLAN an IP address and then configure a default gateway on the switch. So let's say VLAN 10. Alright, and name the VLAN host access. And to assign the IP address to the VLAN, we have to treat the VLAN as like you would a physical interface, and that we just have to log in to that interface and then assign it the IP address. And that's just simply so I'm going to say the network for this is going to be 10.1.30, the /24 mask. And we'll issue the no shutdown command because we want the switch virtual interface to stay up. And you see right here, after I issued the interface VLAN 10 command, the switch told me that interface VLAN 10 is down, but it'll come up after we assign a physical switch port to this virtual interface, and once we actually connect a PC to that switch port. So let's assign a physical interface to VLAN 10. So let's say interface. I'm going to use F0/1. And so I guess by default, all the switch ports, all the physical ports on a switch are in a dynamic mode, which is they can either be access ports or trunking ports. And that can pose security concerns. So what we're going to do for this port is we're going to say switch port mode access. So now there's no dynamic trunking, I guess, for that physical interface. So it's been statically assigned as an access port pretty much, if that makes sense. And we will assign this physical interface to VLAN 10. Issue the no shutdown command and then exit. Now that I have a VLAN physical interface assigned to the VLAN and an IP address on that VLAN, I need to assign a default gateway pretty much for the switch to use. And that will also go into inter VLAN routing and how to get out to the internet from, this local network. And simply to do that, we'll just do the IP default gateway 10.1.30. 1.30.1. All right. So let's connect a PC to the physical switch port and then see what happens. So I'm using the one PC to do this for now. Maybe in the future I'll add a couple more PCs and maybe like I think it would be cool to put a web server and have that accessible from the internet. Alright, look here. Interface fast Ethernet 01 changed to state up. Line protocol changed to state up. I'm gonna get the same message for the VLAN, and here we go. Line protocol on interface VLAN 10 changed to state up. Let's do a copy run start command now. Alright, and then let's try to SSH into the switch. Yes, close the session. Say SSH 10.1.30.2 because that is the IP address I assigned to VLAN 10. And again, I like vertical line, cursor blinks, 12-point font. Alright. Actually, I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna save this session. Alright, and open. Oh, look, I made a typo. You see what I said earlier? Yeah, let's fix that real quick. Let's edit this. Actually, I'll just delete that. Hostname 10.1.30.2. Vertical line, cursor blinks. Let's change the font again. And also, I want to save this as SSH. Save. Open. Success. Since I know that this switch is mine, I'm just going to accept this, so I don't have to say accept once every time. And let's log in as user first, so I can demonstrate the difference between the two accounts pretty much. And what is the password I put for that? User SSH pass. Uh-oh. User SSH pass. User SSH pass. I keep getting denied because I don't know how to type. Let's try it again. As user. Let's log in as Dylan. Log in as Dylan. Typo. Typos. And then pass. Close network connection. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Well, always going. Oh, I forgot I have this. Okay. Let's see what's going on. What did I do wrong? Real life troubleshooting. Begin. Let's see if that fixed it. Alright, let's see if that fixed it. SSH, login as Dylan. Look at that. Worked. Okay. But you can see here, I already have the highest privileges available. Alright. Let's just quickly. Alright, now let's log in using the user account. And looks like our problem was resolved. Alright. Now, like I said, the difference between the user account and my account pretty much was the difference in privileges. Yeah, you notice that when I logged in with the user profile Dylan, I was already in an elevated mode. And for this user account, I can still elevate my privilege, but I need the password for it. So, and now I have the privileges. But let's say a user wasn't authorized to that level of privilege and they didn't have access to that password, then they wouldn't be able to get to the privileged mode, or user exec, or privilege exec, whatever that mode is called. But that's going to be it for this video. In a future video, maybe I'll start assigning different physical switch ports to a different VLAN. Because let's look at this. You can see here that interface fast Ethernet 0/1 is assigned to a VLAN, but all of these other ones, it looks like they're not. But let's do a show VLAN brief. Oops. What is it? IP interface brief. Let's see. These don't have IP addresses, and they're down. But by default, they're assigned to VLAN 1. That you can see here. VLAN 1, default status active, and all these ports are assigned to that VLAN. So let's say somebody just walked up to your switch and plugged an Ethernet cable into any of these Ethernet ports, and they're sitting in VLAN 1, you know, they're going to have access to your network. Oh, look, I have different VLANs here too that I didn't remove. So something that would be more secure, let's say interface range F0/1. Let's see, how many does it go to? 24. Oh, I messed up. Okay, 0/2. Hmm. And we'll do the same thing. Switch port mode access. switch port access VLAN. Let's see, I think I had 999. Yeah. And we'll do the shutdown command. So let's take a look at. Okay, go more. Let's see. Show VLAN to show VLAN. Now all of these interfaces except for F01 are assigned to VLAN 999 and they've been shut down. So that's better security. And that will actually be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it or you got some kind of information out of it. If you did, you can leave a comment or like if you want to. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment and I'll do my best to answer them. But other than that, just like to wish you a great day and thanks for watching.